Okay, it's time. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. And welcome to Predex AI Weekly X Space. I'm your host, and today we're going to talk about AI plus Web3 infrastructure versus multi-chain application with two amazing guests. First, let me introduce our co-host for today, our CEO, Ray.
Hey guys.
I see you. Yeah, see you.
Please,
Sorry,
please
David.
go ahead. You're first. Yeah, please.
How's my network? Is it all right?
Sorry, David.
We haven't started. We just talking about ourselves right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in first, do you want to talk about yourself a little bit more?
Sorry for my poor network. So shall I make us a little introduction on myself, or?
Yes, and your projects, please.
Okay. This is actually I'm not David himself. This is architecture assistant. I'm David assistant. He's so busy with conferences today, and so today I'm going to speak on his behalf. So Influx AI is a cross-chain, cross-ecosystem AI Web3 security platform. We are going to use AI's power to ensure the safety of users, smart contract interaction and also the investment. Our team members are from UK, America, India, and Nigeria. And our careers conclude Polygon Guide, OpenAI, BlackRock, and also Polygon Labs. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. And how should we call you, Mr. David's assistant? I don't know your name. I don't know how to call you. Hello, friend. Okay. Then I may. Okay.
Yeah.
So you first. What's your name?
I think Mr. Assistant is a good name.
Mr. Assistant, nice.
Okay, that's really special.
Okay. Sorry, just Bazinga. You can. I go by Cola. You can call me Cola.
Cola. Is that the beverage Coca-Cola? Okay, that's
nice
really.
to see you today.
Oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Cola. And okay, so Ray, do you want to give an introduction about yourself and Predex?
Yeah, so Predex is a AI-powered prediction market. We integrated with AI millions technology. What we want to build is most engaging and informative prediction market in the world. So, and as you know, prediction market is very hot topics this year, and poly market actually get a lot of eyeballs. And the prediction market is a way that you can trade on the probability of things happening. You can trade on who is the president. You can trade on whether there's a game release. You can trade on whatever things you want to do. Yeah, but we figure out that prediction market is actually just a junior version of an information market, in a sense that they provide a question that people to express their opinions. But as for an information marketplace, right, we really need someone to propose the questions, someone need to get the reasonings, someone collecting information, and someone get the conclusion. Yeah, so prediction market, we think it's a junior version, or we're beginning the first version of the information market. So we are building up toward the end goal of information market. Basically, we want to build a permissionless, rewardable information market. So that means that we are providing not only the questions, the people's voting, but the information related to the question, as well as the reasoning paths that generated by people and AI, so that you can come to our information market, have full access to from the question itself to the end conclusion, end to end. So that is some experience that we want to build. It's basically end-to-end information market. And we have a AI technology which can help us to digest information, integrate information, and do the reasoning. We also ask people to give feedbacks and get rewards. And the Predex recently is going to launch our news aggregation tools as well as AI information engine. And we just started our Odyssey yesterday. And please visit our website to know more. And thank you so much for the host.
Thank you. And I think Odyssey is still something we haven't told everybody yet. We're gonna announce very soon. So guys, the first hand information now. And every week, Rain shows up with the real excitement to chat with everybody in Predex community, and he really wants to connect with you guys all. We really appreciate the community, the Predex community, for always tuning in to listen to us. And of course, a big thanks to our special guests for being here today. And since we have already, Kola, yes, thank you, Kola, for taking the time to join us on on our X Space. And next we have Calvin, the CTO of Game Plus. Hey, Calvin, tell us who you are
Hey,
and what is Game Plus. Thank you.
hey, thank you for having me. My name is Calvin. I'm the CTO of Game Plus. Game Plus is aiming to provide tools for indie developers, game developers with AI and blockchain powering the infrastructure. So a little bit background about myself. I'm a developer. I graduated in computer science, and then I started my career actually in the traditional finance. And afterwards, I had a startup. I built a studio from 0 to 50 people, and we accumulated over 12 million users. And afterwards, I've been really interested in the Web3 infrastructure. I started building an NFT marketplace back in 2018 on GameFi. We collaborated with some of the OG like Axie back, nobody know what NFT was, but it was really fun journey. And then I was also involved in building DeFi protocols on Solana. So I was, with working with some of the Solana team members, very infamous people like from that era. And then afterwards, I started doing AI because I joined a company that started looking at a professional way of analyzing the crypto market. Uh, so there's a lot of trading AI, but it's very different from what Game Plus is doing. I think Game Plus focus more on the infrastructure. How do we empower indie gamers? A lot of the quality of AI really depend on data and your GPU power, right? And in the gaming world, I think data is not really public available compared to the large gaming studios. So how do we aggregate? Actually, the indie market actually has a huge market share for gaming. So we're trying to tackle this. I can go into a more detail later, but that's a intro.
Yeah, thank you. I used to want to play, the same game with my Indian friends, but somehow we
Hmm.
just not, play together
Hmm.
because a
Hmm.
server or something else.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, in fact, actually, Game Plus, I met your CEO Alan previously, actually, in New York City. I'm not sure, like
Awesome.
Alan Chan, right? Yeah, it's
Yes,
a nice.
that's right.
Yes,
Yep.
I to meet you here. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, since we mentioned about games, I can't help to ask, like, has anyone here bought Black Myth Wukong on Steam? It feels like everyone around the world is playing it. You guys know that game?
Oh yeah. I mean, this is basically what everybody's talking about, and
Yeah.
people talk about the history about the game as well, like the creator. I think the most impressive part of the game is really the artwork. The design was amazing, right? And then it kind of the storytelling. Like it's very hard to build a kind of like a standalone game, right? Without any kind of like a massive online appeal. And it's kind of like immersive experience that you enjoy during this whole journey. And it's amazing to see like the AAA quality of this game, and then also the story about how the team built this game. It's just like that's basically everyone's talking about in my network.
Yeah. But have you tried it, Calvin? Have you like played by yourself and try it?
No, unfortunately, I mean, like, be busy building the inferences and the agentic workflow. So I had a chance to watch a lot of people play, like, in the background. It's just amazing. I think the trailer came out like last year, and then we see more like early this year, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's really amazing. I remember the last game I enjoying like this a lot is the Cyberpunk, and now because I'm Chinese, it feel like different. Like it's the Chinese Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about, the cultural reference, right? I think a lot of people know about Wukong, probably through Dragon Ball, right? A lot of people thought it's
Oh,
coming from
that's a
Japan,
Japanese,
right?
yes, anime.
Yeah, yeah, but I think this is amazing. Seeing a team from China being able to create a triple equality, and then, like, this is not just tailored for Chinese players, right? It ranked number two in global players. So it's just great that it's almost like exporting your culture, right? And not only through the K-pop, right? or those like pop music, but you're now exporting culture through gaming, and gaming is, to me, is more kind of like intimate, because you are interacting with the characters, right? It's not just like a passive thing that you absorb and watch other things happening. So I hope this will be a great start for all the studios in China, in Asia, and globally, right? I think every culture should be celebrated, right? And then the more we learn, the more, like, globalized that we are. It's better for the ecosystem.
Oh my God, I really appreciate your compliment. Like, actually, by the way, you can also join our event prediction on Project's website. We have like, we have like this prediction how many positive reviews will Black Myth Wukong get on Steam by August 31st. And I just want to invite everybody to join. If you guess correctly, you could win a share of USDC prize pool. So, guys, feel free to have a try and good luck. Okay, so let's get to the point. Okay, the first question of today is, with the interaction of AI technology, what changes have occurred in Web3 infrastructure? What benefits can this bring to AI developers? I think maybe Calvin, you can take this question first because you are more focused on the infrastructure, right?
Oh, definitely. It's a interesting word. I heard a lot of people say. They said AI is the Trojan horse for blockchain. Because when you talk about blockchain to a lot of enterprises or even governments, they become kind of like, they give a pause, because they don't really understand the technology and why do we want it. Blockchain is amazing in the fact that it solves the double pay problem. It provides you programmable money, and then infrastructure wise, it's a distributed database that, on a trustless like infrastructure. So there are a lot of use cases that could be applicable to, from finance to gaming to a lot of different things, like including prediction market, right? But a lot of people just don't have the expertise to understand why should they do the infrastructure move. However, like, once AI become popular, like, since ChatGPT 3.5, right? Every enterprise is already talking about incorporating, because they don't want to be kind of left behind. If their competitors are getting a 10x boost on their productivity, why am I left behind, right? So everyone's like, very eager to use AI. But AI comes with a lot of inherent, like, challenges as well. Like, recently Anthropic is being sued because they train on the copyrighted books, right? So there's a lot of attribution, financialization questions. I think blockchain is the perfect infrastructure to solve. So a lot of times I hear people, like, started using agentic workflow, using like AI inferences, training the model. But then a lot of Web3 project from the infrastructure level kind of creep into like package and then being sold to the enterprises, being recognized. So it's a really exciting moment, especially for people who are involved in Web3.
Yes, thank you, David. Somehow I don't know why, like I feel like you're like a how do you say that? The word like someone who write the poetry. It's like a poem.
A poet.
Yeah, poets. Like every every sentence, every word is like an art. I can never repeat. Like it's really like in deep, you know.
It's really I think gaming is about storytelling, and I hope that you guys can do a good job in storytelling on the technology as well. I mean I'm a geek, right? Just trying to use commonplace like natural language to describe the technology. Sometimes it's hard.
It's really easy to understand. Somehow I feel so stressful because today our topic is a little bit like higher than what I understand. But somehow I feel like I definitely 100% understand, and I feel it's really interesting. And also I appreciate your contribution to the AI building and the infrastructure building. And
Awesome.
also, Ray, I think we're also building like AI, AI media about our infrastructure. So can you tell us more about it? Because I always want to learn more.
Yeah, happy to share. So, in our perspective, right? So, this time the AI wave come from two angles: generative AI and large language models, right? So, in that sense, the most important thing that has been revoluted is how you're generating different newses and how you're going to generate code. So that is very practical usage. And there's another one is generate images and videos, right? But like let's say like more relevant thing. So AI, how they reshaped this revolution. So we feel that firstly, the infrastructure level, yeah, of course people can write the code faster, can achieve something with a much shorter time step. Like so for example, the Wukong game, right? So this is the triple A. I mean, I really like what Kevin's compliment about like it's actually exporting cultures. But in the future, right? So if you have AIs, the the time that you're developing this kind of games might be shortened a lot. So in that sense, like there's much more like startup or kind of company don't have so much money, they can develop something similar, right? So in that sense, actually, that can really bring out the unit economy down and then improving this ROI a lot. So that on the infrastructure general level, this both impact the Web3 field and all the traditional field. But for specifically for prediction market, right? So prediction market, we feel like the most important thing is how we get aggregating knowledge in this prediction market. So in terms of like threefolds, firstly, if you're generating topics, right, previously it's really take you a lot of time to find out what are the interesting news is, what are the things that people are interested to trade. But right now, with AI, we can very easily digest so many information and get the event that people are very interested in automatically. So every single day we have more than 100 events generated in our system, and then we can basically ship this news for people to rating them and finally listing our platform. So that process is much easier. The second thing AI can help us do is basically help us reasoning, right? So the AI can help us digesting all these newses and specifically give us some conclusion on what events will happen. So that part answer is not very accurate, but at least they will help us to extracting the most important evidences from all this swarm of informations, so that it can help us make faster reasoning. We actually will, based on AI and meaningless technology, we'll basically put all these reasoning processes on chain and on our website, so that people can see all the reasoning and evidences on our platforms, not only the questions, but all the solutions, possible solutions, I could say. So our platform will helping you to make informed decisions. The third thing is very important from our perspective, that the AI can help us recommend the right events to you, right? So like TikTok, this is traditional AI. It's really about understand your interest and also to do this event recommendation. But in our sense, like we need to have one more step goes further. Is basically we're doing this on your phone. So we have a Telegram bot which you can just play as TikTok, right? But we'll automatically recommend these things to you. That also empowered by our AI media infrastructure, this recommendation engine. So in summarization, so right, in prediction market, there's three things we can revolute based on AI. Firstly, topic generation. Secondly, AI as players, they can help the reasoning. And third, AI as recommendation engine. So that is all happened in our platform. So we are really trying to bring out the prediction market into the next wave and next generation, and we call like a general information market. Yeah, thank you, host.
Thank you. Also, we welcome. We have to admit, like AI is a very useful tool, but we do want our community to build with us. So, guys, if you tried our product, tried our like event prediction, and you do want to give us some feedback, then please feel free to share your ideas in our community. We are really looking forward to your feedbacks. And also, yeah, next we have Mr. Kola. Hi, Kola. Like, how do you? What's your ideas about our first question?
I'm speaking, right?
Yeah, it's your
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah, every time I want to speak, the network will get poor. I don't know why, but never mind. Thank you. Just as the entire AI industry's profits are currently concentrated in some who chip companies, the market value of AI Web3 is also concentrated in the infrastructure layer and the middleware layer. As we dive into the coin market cap and have a look at the AI projects in ranking top 100, we could find that they're all about infrastructure layer, like Fetch AI, Bitensor and Render, and the middleware layer like Workcoin. I think it's transparent that it's gonna change. As for the changes AI brought to the Web3 infra, from demand aspects, many projects providing distributed computer power solutions, have successfully found the PNMF. But from the application aspect, there are tons of projects engaged in AI analysis that transform their services into Web3 infra, bring with progress to the entire industry. For example, one of our Influx AI product metrics is a security SDK for developers. This product called Smart Detector is it's dedicated infra for developer that it can perform real-time code security checking during development. So we believe it can increase development speed by over 40%. Yeah, that's all.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I wish to hear more. 40%, and sorry about that.
Sorry, not 400. That's too much.
Yeah, I'm just figuring like, okay, 40%, 400. Yeah, I'm just trying to hear more from you, but it's fine. We have more questions and we can discuss more. So, okay, I'll just bring out our first, our second question for today. So, as an AI application or infrastructure, okay, what factors do you generally consider when choosing the infrastructure? For example, about us, Predex, we used to choose to build on Say. So yeah, because I at that time I didn't join the team. So Ray, what were the reason for selecting Say as our first blockchain to build on, and what is the reason like we choose a lot build on another chain like Base, Linear, and other chains? Yeah, what was the reason?
Yeah, good question. So actually, when we select an infrastructure or we ourselves become infrastructure, there's a lot of things we need to take consider, right? So firstly, we're beginning like where we want to be in terms of the ecosystem. Second, is that good for fundraising or not? Is that good to raise money? Thirdly, what we can serving to our community and all the others. So actually, we need to thinking about this problem, right? So in Web3, it's a little bit like a bottom up top down, right? So previously in Web 2, we really talk to our users, questions, a lot of things. But in Web 3, right, they're really narrative driving. So users actually, they help us to reshape the narratives, but at the same time, you need to think from a top down structure. So from general perspective, say during that time was have the narrative of parallel EM. This still does. But very beginning, you really need to look at the narrative, right? So which narrative is big, actually good, and also uprising, emerging. So to that is actually the time we actually think say can really skyrocket. I we still do think that, but actually the thing is that like we in the current stage we are already developed, right? Very beginning we are very young and in incubated level. We actually really need to have a very good narratives. I mean we can basically rely on depend on. Right now we are in the middle of development, right? We already have like a lot of users, 200K users. So that's actually a little bit changing our situations. So we are moving from application a little bit toward the middleware. So that is the time we'll think it's a time we're going to multi-chain, or at the time we become a layer two ourselves, right? So this is something like an infrastructure versus multi-chain problem we want to discuss. So that's why we need to make a decision that we do multi-chain. That firstly, we feel that there's so many layer two, layer ones. We don't need to become one. The second thing is that is that something we want to serve our clients, right? Is that something like we have a unique advantage to serve our clients? We as our team, I do think like we have the blockchain technology, but not good as like layer two, like they are pure like blockchain engineers, right? Most of our kind of team members from AI background, like me or my co-founder, right? So in that sense, we feel like it's really hard for us in both compete with layer two. Second, it's not necessary because there's so many of them. And then you consider the valuation right now is pretty high for layer two. Even like those say they can successfully listing of their tokens with such a high valuation. Yeah, currently. But during that time we don't know. But we actually the first and second thing is something we will consider. Right? That's why we decided to be a multi-chain application or middleware so that we can be friends with all the layer one and layer two, but at the same time we offer the benefits from them so that we can growing our user base with a low cost, right? So if you raise 10 million, 20 million, you can directly tell the KOLs, right? You can, but for us, actually, it's good to collaborate with others, with other resources, and that's also something we need to consider, right? That's why we want to build up multi-chain applications. And for infrastructure actually, this one have a lot of like different explanation, right? What is infrastructure? Is that from a from the positioning level or it's from your technology level, right? So that's different things. But what we take infrastructure is really about like, do you want to become another blockchain? Yeah. So do you want to become a layer one or layer two? Yeah. In that sense, like we decided we're not. So we are trying instead of become layer one, layer two, we more interested in become layer zero, right? We are trying to become a cross-chain communication protocols that connect to the AI projects, let them to onboard it, but also connecting to the real user where they are. For example, in Tom ecosystem, base in Solana, right? So we can connect to them by giving them the AI capabilities and by retrieving AI agents, the data availability layers from different blockchains and give them to the original blockchain that people who don't have it. So that is the mission we want to build, right? So and at the same time, we are prediction market. People like to come to us and trade, so that we can attracting them, but providing more service add-on with all the AI capability that given by other blockchains and given by us. So that is a position problem that like why we not become like layer two or layer one, but become a multi-chain middleware. Yeah, so that is a lot of things we want to do. Yeah, from where you started, where you can benefit the most, your ecosystem most, benefits people who want to, hold the tokens, or holding your your different kind of scores the most. Yeah, so that is all different thoughts, but somehow we converge to the current moment. I think we are optimized basically based on the current environment. This is the best thing we can do. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Ray. Actually, one of my favorites about Predex is the multi-chain because I know a lot of our users are making their production on Base. I know that, but I don't have money on Base. So basically, I will change into Binance Smart Chain or Linea to make my production because I have money on the other two chains. So that's one thing I like about our platform. And yeah, I just want you to know that.
Sounds
um,
good.
yeah, and next let's have Cola to maybe share some insights about our question two.
Okay, thank you. A nice topic. Actually, we are exactly aiming to become a security infra and, finally to build a developers ecosystem for all chains. For example, we are providing a safeguard for users through smart contract audits across all chains, as well as conducting audits for all chains. For every safety company, it must audit any chains. It can only audit some given chain. So from this aspect, I think this kind of AI analysis infra they all need to go cross chain sooner or later. And the reason we start with Base, the first chain we are going to launch is Base, and it's because there's a higher expectation of receiving ecosystem support like grants from Base. And additionally, we think Base has so much main and GameFi ecosystem, and they can bring with a larger user base, we suppose. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It gets like everybody likes Base, but I don't have money on Base. I'm not a Base lover. Sorry about that. And hey, Calvin, actually, I learned that Polygon Ventures may invested like to Game Plus, right? So I assume that maybe you chose to build on Polygon first.
Wait for the public announcement. I'm more focused on the tech, so I let my team talk about investment and everything. But the question is very interesting. You brought out a lot of like different perspective from different projects, right? For us, our narrative and our story is about helping indie gamers. So they compose. If you play Wukong, right? They you play it on most people play on Steam. Steam has about 40% of revenue is actually generated by indie gamers. We know it's very hard to compete against big studios with all the resources, right? So gaming itself, it's chain agnostic, right? The challenge here is like the beginning of the journey is really like if you want to build a better game, you need a better analytics to understand how your game is performing, and you need a benchmark to compare how your game is performing against other games, right? This is kind of like the journey for any individual or indie game developer to learn. So this is a very important tool to begin with. And then the data right now is either they use a third-party plugin, it's not owned by you, right? And then the data privacy is also another concern. Like if with AI these days, right? People have crazy conversation with NPCs, right? But those kind of data is, first of all, it's not public, so it's not being recycled or reused to enhance the experience for others. If you want to build a recommendation engine, right, you need more data to understand the behavior. So we're trying to solve from the privacy layer so that people feel comfortable sharing their data. So once they share the data, how do we train the data? And then is it going to be very expensive? You need tons of I think Elon Musk owns like 100K, 100,000 H100 to train the Grok, right? How much money is there, right? We want to make sure that AI assets democratized by all people. So we use decentralized infrastructure to trying to allow access. And there's been like major breakthrough in technology as well. Like people are no longer bound by GPU with projects like Llama CPP, Llama Files, and also Microsoft came out with I think TMac, which is like a Windows-based solution, which can run a lot of inferences using CPU instead of GPU. So there's a lot of technology shift happening. So we want to make it simple for game developers and handle all these challenges. But ultimately, right, when you contribute to the success of other gaming projects, other developers, you should get a share of the incentive, right? Whatever financial incentive in the future. And that's where blockchain comes in. I think blockchain is a perfect infrastructure for doing financialization, attribution, distribute a token, and that's why tokenomics has a new meaning, right? A lot of projects, unless it has very solid like business model, the tokenomics becomes a hype. But with AI and the gaming developer, like you contributing a IP, you're contributing your data, then you are contributing value to the ecosystem, and everything that we use from your contribution, you should get rewarded. And that's what we put on top for using the blockchain for distribution of financial incentives. And this is kind of like our use. So it's very chain agnostic. We did look at Polygon because the reason is that L1, you're competing with other DeFi projects, other like all sorts of projects. So the gas will always become like more expensive, right? The reason people use L2 is that for scalability and lower cost, and then they just like eventually roll up. Ethereum itself, for example, has made a lot of great kind of like technology advancement. Like I think Vitalik announced during ECON, like there's going to be a more efficient way to write the roll up back to the main Ethereum mainnet. So there will be a lot of competition on L2 and on all those like different chain. But for us, like I consider like ourselves kind of like a app chain, right? We can think about chaining, right? What chain is chaining on? Chaining is on everything, right? All different chains because they run the decentralized node and everything to provide the service, the Oracle service. We are providing this for gaming, so it's similar that for us, it doesn't really matter if we do it on a base or BNB, but it's probably easier if we can just construct a chain where the cost will be very low and then it will be under a kind of like a really fast execution. So we are very open right now. It's very chain agnostic approach, but definitely we can collaborate with any chain, just like Chainlink.
Thank you, Calvin. I'm just curious, when you mentioned that users, like game players, they love to
Mm-hmm.
talk with NPC. I am one
Mm-hmm.
of the, people, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
So memory bring me back to the time I play Cyberpunk. It's
Mm-hmm.
like uh, when I choose the different answer to the NPC, the whole coming story will, come to the whole different results. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just guessing, like, did they also use AI to train their large model language? Because, they are, I think they are earlier than the, OpenAI or ChatGPT is live. So, yeah, just
Mm-hmm.
curious about that.
Yeah, let me share with you like I don't know if you're familiar with character.ai, right? If you go to any kind of AI project that's trying to give you a conversation, it's very challenging, right? If you go ask ChatGPT or 4o, right? I'm having a headache, give me like what should I do, right? It will give you a list of things. It's never conversational, right? Conversation actually
Oh.
require a lot of technology, like from state management to dialogue planning, right? So in the traditional NPC, this is totally done by the traditional, even if it's AI, it's traditional AI using heuristics. So meaning that you lay out all the possibilities and then you build a decision tree and then how the conversation is going to navigate towards. But with LLM, it becomes more intriguing So you have a more like a intelligent, right, response, and the developer doesn't need to kind of set the boundary as strict as before. So it gives more fun and interaction to the user. But
Yeah.
also, like, there's privacy concern. Like, I'm kind of in love with this NPC. I be talking like, crazy things with the NPC. I want to make sure
Yeah.
that, it doesn't get published on my Twitter Twitter flow somewhere, right? So that's why it's very important that we want to preserve the privacy, but at the same time we want to enable fun experiences for gamers, for people who play games.
Yeah, thank you. That's really good answer. I feel like it's really interesting, but somehow it's not what I can do about it. So I will just like, thank you to all the AI developers to, give us better games to play in the future. Okay, let me bring out the third question for today. So within the advent of AI technology, we are seeing like many combinations of AI with various sectors such as AI plus DP, AI plus GameFi, and AI plus prediction markets, right? So what advantage does AI bring to Predex, to Influx AI, to Game Plus? How about let's start with Cola? So, what advantages does AI bring to Influx AI? Hello, Cola, you there? Okay, I don't think Cola's here. So, how about Ray? What advantage does AI bring to us?
In general, right, or like specifically. So like so that we are in question 3 or question 2.
Question 3. Come on.
That's in okay. So okay, got you. So AI
I
bring
shouldn't. I shouldn't tell you I have a script. I shouldn't tell you that.
yeah. You should yeah. So actually sometimes I got lost like in the question. So in okay. So in very general AI, what we can do. I think I already generally explained. So let me be more concrete. Let me be more concrete this time. Yeah. So I think AI this time specific for prediction market, the most valuable thing we feel it can do is help us doing the data aggregation among all the 3 applications, right? Event generation, data aggregation, as well as the recommendation. Yeah, why we think that it is very important for the data aggregation is because people is always tired of doing this searching or context switching across in different websites. Because like if you want to get the key information, right, it's really hard for you to browsing a lot of websites and extracting them among the coordinates of advertisement, all the distraction links, and all the biased information, right? So I really want to know the facts and unbiased truth if I want to searching something. So in that sense, we don't have a very good tool for us to do this. Even though I know Perplexity AI, OpenAI 0.0, they have this website connection. They are stepping into this domain. We are really far from to building up something complete and satisfied. Why? Firstly, give you an example. When I want to searching somehow like a go-to-market strategy or poly-market, so I really want to understand how they actually growing this big. None of this website give us something I want because they only can citing most recent information, like in the past 1 year. But most important thing a poly-market when they grow up is something happened before 2024. So for them, it's really hard for them to retrieving some historical data from the human knowledge and extracting the most valuable information, right? So they are really weighted more on the recent data, but light slightly forget what happened in the previously. They can talk a little bit general on what happened. They do, for example, they do monetary bets. They actually bet on COVID, but it's hard for them to form up a strategy can really suggesting people how to move next, right? So this kind of historical pattern problems or this, or also considering about somehow reasoning basically into reasoning how they grow big, all these kind of things combined together. We feel there's a long way for AI to go. So that's why we want to build up this kind of AI reasoning process or decision tree in our platforms, so that like we want to visualize what happening under the hood, what happening for the AI to make the decision based on all the evidences. The evidence can be a long time ago, can be provided by our data vendors, or they can be catch up or scripted on the internet. But the general idea is that the AI need to help people aggregate information and then reasoning in a correct way, right? Showing up the logic flow of this information, showing up how the evidence connecting each other, how the confidence changing along the process of the AI make decision. What kind of evidence or credibility each evidence that can add on to our decision making process. So that is something we really want to have AI to help us. But right now, AI may not able to help us a lot. So that is where we want to using the crowdsourcing capability to improving the AI reasoning in our prediction market. So we also helping the AI to reshape themselves. We want to AI to get better in terms of the feedbacks we collected, and we also can help people evaluating the AI engines by using our AI media infrastructure, but at the same time providing the prediction market experience. So we always feel that like if you want to build an information market, right, we need to starting with the customer questions, problems, and then we end up with solutions, general aggregation tools, as well as our final conclusions, right? So we need to come up with a unique question of the user first, not come up with a tool first. So that's why we actually go a little bit different route. Like instead of like develop a tool saying that we are very good at AI, but we are saying that we are very good at collecting user problems, and then we doing the reasoning on these problems and collecting the feedbacks, so that we can provide a complete information loop. We close the loop, and then we give rewards to each parties in the loop. So that's how we actually think Web3 can helping AI, and AI can also somehow improving the real usability of Web3.
Yeah, so we'll say because I do feel like AI is a tool to solve the user's problem, to solve the pain points, so it can help us to make a better user friendly project for us. And Cola, I think maybe you hear me this time. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hello.
of course.
Yeah, you're back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, so can you please tell us like what advantage AI brings to Flux AI?
Yeah, sure. Somehow I have to say that many projects are currently just literally integrating AI into their narratives, such as some deeping things like Aether and Owl.net. And yeah, there's no doubt that they have achieved some significant success. But however, I don't think this constitutes a strong product market fit, PMF, because AI often feels like an added layer to the existing narrative. So actually, when we design our product metrics, we're targeting areas that traditional Web3 security companies cannot cover, such as user safeguard and real-time smart contract detector for developers, and also the security audits for small business. These are literally the scenarios where traditional services fall short and where AI fits perfectly. So yeah, I believe we have achieved a solid PMF. With AI, we can provide automated smart contract auditing services and asset protection for users and for the projects, and programming assistance for developers. So finally, we could address in the essential needs the other non-AI product cannot cannot achieve it in the market. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Cola. Yeah, and also Kevin, I think you haven't answered this question, right? But somehow I want to,
No.
ask you more about it because as you know, I am a game lover, right?
Mhm,
And I
mhm,
feel like somehow when I uh like I love play 3A games, but
Hmm.
I feel like somehow the games on Steam is much better than the games in Web3.
Hmm.
Somehow I feel like the games on the Web3 games, they're more like when I was playing the Street Fight when I was
Hmm.
5, something like that.
Hmm.
They're still at a
Hmm.
very early stage. So
Hmm.
yeah, do you want to know with the Game Plus help? Will there
Hmm.
be another 3A games in Web3? Because I really want to, I spend my time on games. So
Hmm.
with the
Hmm.
blockchain technology, everyone is in crypto. I do want to, also make money from it. I spend my time.
So, do you want me to answer your question first, or the question number three?
I don't know, as you like. I
I
have
will
a
answer
lot
your
of
question
questions
first,
today.
right?
Actually,
Because I think you make a very valid point. Web3 is kind of like a very controversial in gaming, because like even play to earn, right? A lot of people playing games is purely for joy, for enjoying the experience, the gamification setup and everything. Just know when to hit out dopamine, right, and make you very happy. Once you make it a chore where you can earn token, right, it becomes a kind of like a different purpose, right? And that's why like the whole experience, even you playing the same game, when there's a money involved, then you're playing for a tournament, then you will care more, but at the same time, your entire experience is different, right? So there are great most Web3 games are financially incentivized, right? Versus like a more like exploratory, like there is a very famous game, Dark Forest, right? It built a unknown world where everything's built on the blockchain, and then you have zero knowledge proof to kind of hide the obvious, like other opponents move, so you can have a better experience. So that was actually one of the game that achieved like playability like on Web3. And then also there are different ways you look at it. There are like NFT battle passes, like for first person shooters. You can enter arena, and then also there are for prediction markets, for example, right? You there are gameplays like tournaments where you can predict, right? It gives you kind of like a engagement with the players, and then you put money where your mouth is, right? Uh, there are a lot of different ways you can put Web3 to enhance the experience of game,
mm-hmm.
instead of vice versa. You use Web3 to build a game, right? So once you
Yeah.
change the narrative, change your approach, then you notice like Web3 is actually very fun in gaming, and there are a lot of ways you can incorporate Web3. So going back to question number three, is that why AI is helpful, how we use AI in Game Plus,
Yeah.
right? I agree with all two other guest speakers, right? Number one is that you have to identify the pain point. You're not just
Mm-hmm.
like pushing AI into people's life, right? The pain point for indie developers, they first of all, you're competing against like 100 engineering team versus your weekend project, right? How can you outperform them? So I think AI is kind of like a leveling the playground for different players. Right now, with a lot of creativity being trained inside a model, you can generate a pixel art in a very short time. Right, you can still have your own opinion in your design and your gameplay, which is the key to success. Right, and this one is fair to everyone. This is kind of like the comparison in the real world, right? We talk about the uneven distribution of wealth in the society, right? You have rich people, and then they seem to be able to like do whatever they want on the Instagram, right? Versus we guys are grinding every day. But there is a leveling factor in life as well, like time. Everyone is having like 24 hours a day, right? This is fair to no matter how your economic status or your social status is. So we're trying to do the same thing, right? In game design, the most important part is like your game mechanics. And then how do you design this mechanics? And it doesn't matter if you're a AAA studio versus a indie. If you have a perspective, you can become very popular Like, I think when Wukong started, right, they're very small and they
Yeah.
didn't even have money, right? They have to do the trailer to raise more money, right?
Yeah, I
So
never
we
heard of
think,
the office or the company. I
yeah,
never heard of their
they
name.
were actually very famous
Oh, oh,
people behind it.
oh, sorry.
Well, no, well, not famous. It's a comparative term, right? But anyways, so what I'm trying to say is like AI is empowering you, right? If you don't have, each second when Tencent generate the trailer where the Wukong like founders was working on,
Mhm.
they spent 8 figure in Chinese yuan, right, for a like a 2 minute trailer. So now you can do that with AI, right? With relatively low cost, you still can manipulate the outcome. You can fine tune the outcome and compete with the big studio. And that's how AI will help us, like Game Plus. We're trying to give the tools and make it easier for indie developers to compete against large studio or just make their idea better, right? So with our products like procedural map, asset generator, story designer, right? Now you get access to all the human intelligence to help you to find what is your next path, next game. And I think that is the key, that we really think that the key pain point that we're trying to solve. And then also, I think a caller mentioned about product market fit, right? So
Mhm.
there's a very good test about product market fit. It's called Sean Ellis test. Is that if your, let's say if Predex, right, Predex is no longer here, if there are 40% of the people will feel really, really sad. They will think that, if Predex is no longer here, I'll be very, I don't have fun in my life anymore, right? Then you find the product market fit. It's the same thing for Game Plus. We trying to use this as a measuring stick. So
Mm.
we are constantly reach out to indie developers saying like, okay, without this asset generation tool, what would you do? And luckily, like we hear a lot of people saying like, oh, it would be hell for me. I don't want to go back to the old days, right? So this is kind of how you achieve product market fit, and that's kind of like we follow the market. I think AI can be used in various ways, but we want to make sure that our product is catered, designed for solving the pain point where the market needs, and then yeah, we try our best.
Well, thank you so much. I just feel like Web3 make a lot of game projects successful, even if their game the quality I don't know. If I ask my friends who play League of Legends with me for over 10 years, I ask them to play some games in Web3, they will say, what's so interesting about them? But somehow you feel like, okay, even though their game is like that, but people are also enthusiastic about them because maybe they have really good tokenomics and incentives. I just feel sad when I know some of the GameFi projects. They are really dedicated to the quality of their game. Like they really want to make 3A games, but their users not that to their expectation. I just maybe this is some pinpoint to them who really wants to build a good game. But this is the I think this is the beauty of the AI and maybe GameFi with blockchain, because yeah, people are more care about their incentives or tokenomics, something like that, so they make a lot of projects successful.
I agree.
Okay, so finally, since we are all gathered here, so why not take this opportunity to talk about our collaboration? And now that we've gotten to know each other, right? Are there any maybe aspects, areas where we could work together? I think our community is also interested in exploring how AI projects might collaborate. So, yeah, maybe we can start with Cola. What's your ideas on this?
Uh-huh. Okay. Actually, I believe that most direct form of the collaboration between AI projects somehow like to utilize each other's infrastructure and also to integrate into each other's ecosystem to drive mutual growth. In today's AI market, I think the most significant gap is the lack of real world users. For instance, for example, we see that none of the top 100 projects are application layer projects. Here, everyone knows that application layer projects are bound to become the market leader eventually. And there are three kinds of narratives in application layer, which are AI GC, AI agent hub, and also AI analysis. And yeah, somehow as an infrastructure provider, we're looking forward to such projects benefiting from the fundamental support provided by our ecosystem. We can speed up the developing speed for 100. So just kidding, 40%. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I do agree that we should more focus on the collaborations, in the deep, maybe more focus on the infrastructure side. We always looking forward to, the deep long-term collaboration instead of, just announcing partnership, then nothing else. We are always looking forward to, the next step. So just keep in touch with us and maybe we can discuss more, right? And okay, I will give the mic to Ray. Ray. Hello,
Yeah, yeah.
Ray.
There are a
Yes, have you
few.
come back?
I do feel there's a lot of things we can collaborating, right? So like the AI, I mean, so that's kind of like very broad field. Like we definitely can do a lot of things. Like in general, I feel that like the most direct thing we can do on product level is basically we can listing some events that really your community really cares about in our platform, right? So we already started a kind of collaboration with another project who joined our last time AMA, basically going to have a special column for one of the projects. You, for example, if you want to listing your own events in series and you want to improving your community engagement, we can really definitely helping you with this. And we can also using AI to probably creating something automatically from your community. Basically we tracking the twitters or tracking some news you guys have, right? So we can creating some events and for you automatically, so that like your community will come and start trading and basically will sharing all the commission fee with you and basically improving the community engagement level based on your need. So that is I think the most an easy thing we can do. But if like you want to collaborating on the AI parts, right, we also have opened this AI marketplace. Basically, all this AI agent can be integrated and make reasonings in our prediction market. So whichever AI basically won the price and they will be used by more people. So actually that is a model market fit, right? So we talk about product market fit, this will be a kind of like a model market fit. So basically model is a product and we are very welcome to basically have all these models compete with each other's. Yeah, so that is something we also build up right now. For other type of collaborations we definitely can do is basically a deeper level, right? Like if you like the vision, we can swap our tokens. Somehow like how that called token swap, right? So previously the company have equity swap, we can do a token swap. So that is somehow like deeper collaborations. Yeah, and also we can do potentially jointly and basically let our engineers explore some topics together. For example, like how improving their AI reasoning, how improving somehow like the design, for example, game design, or somehow like interesting by different parties. And now one more thing is that we are probably going to listing some esports events after Wukong events happening, because the Dota 2 actually the world competition, world champion probably happen in September. So there will be much more like game events in our platform. Stay tuned. And we do hope to bring out a lot of community from members from the game industry into our platform. So that potentially can also be somehow interchanging the users. Yeah, we can do a lot of things. Just name a few. Yeah, happy to talk more offline.
Yeah. I will just follow up and let's keep in touch and let's have further discussion. So, Calvin, what about you? Because we are, for the moment, we're not a GameFi developer. So, what about us?
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about collaboration between all the parties that speaking today, right? All the projects, like, so we work with prediction market, like especially in gaming. If you have a tournament, I think Rain just mentioned, right? Dota or Wukong. Well, Wukong is not like it's a single player game, right? But the thing is, like, you can't predict, right? How soon can you go to this level, right? So there's a huge collaboration like between game and prediction market, because we work with esports, Nouns esports team as well. So we work with different projects. And then also, I think just like Influx, they, Carla was saying, like, a lot of smaller developers can benefit from using their tools, right? So it's not just like a standalone platform, right? Web3 is very collaborative by nature. So is the indie gamer developer, like, network. So this is kind of like from the project level. From the technology level, which I'm really passionate about, is I really believe the agentic workflow, how you orchestrate the agents together, right? Everything that we do right now is wrapped around an agent. So the agents can collaborate. Just imagine, like, in your life, you can have a personal assistant to help you on all different things, including your NPC relationship or management or anything that makes you feel passionate, and then it will become part of your life and part of your superpower in the future. And so and also, like, I really think for all the projects here, right, the best way for the audience to collaborate is to buy our tokens, right, so you can enjoy and share our success. And this is kind of like the most direct way of engaging with us. If you are a developer, please check with me, right? We will help you to find tools to make your life easier. If you're just a player, right, we can build like a prediction market with Rain. So there are a lot of things. I know we're already over time, so I'm gonna shut up and give the time back to you.
Oh, okay. I was about to close it, so all right then. Okay, so today we have it's been a fantastic discussion about the intersection of AI and Web3, and we highlighted how AI is reshaping infrastructure and opening new innovation, collaboration. Yeah, and a big thank you to our Ray, to Kola, to Calvin for sharing their insights and experts with us today. And thank you to all of our community for joining us out at our weekly X Space. I know some of you are giving me the reaction, but we are gonna, select winners for today. As long as you are here, I already took some, screenshot, and leave your address in the comment, please. And we are gonna announce the lucky audience today soon later in the space. So stay tuned for more engaging discussion and updates from us. Okay, so guys, it's pretty much of it today. So until next time, take care, guys.
See
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you so much. See you.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you for being here. See you
Thank you for
guys.
bye.
Bye
Cheers,
bye.
everyone.